chatting with David Igliori, who is the head of Fitness for Autism.
Yep.
And tell us how you got involved in working with kids on the spectrum, David.
I have been a trainer for probably 15 years, and I had a friend who has a son who's now 23, and I worked with him when he was about 9, and she had recommended that you should really work with kids with autism, and I pushed it off for a number of years and said I didn't want to do it. And then about 6 years ago, I had a list of a few different businesses I wanted to start, and I was kind of pointed in the direction to start Fitness for Autism, and it was probably the best decision I made. Very good.
Did you find you had a special gift working with these kids, or?
Yeah, and it's funny because my friend had said it for years, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And so, I tell the parents when they come in that I'm not a therapist. I don't come from a therapy background. I'm really a trainer. So when they bring the kids into me, if they're doing therapy, that's great. I don't do anything that has anything to do with therapy. I truly train the kids. We do weight training. We do big, huge battle ropes. And I just set it up. It's set up like a gym. So they get used to coming into an atmosphere. We have little cards that they can punch when they come in and make it feel like a gym for them. So they have a routine that they come in. And it's not adaptive PE. I mean, they come in and I just train them. They're blessed.
Right.
What do you think, though? I mean, it's Fitness for Autism. Is there some accommodation that you make or not?
You know what? I adjust on the fly, I guess.
Okay.
Because I've been known to break the rules, what I call breaking the rules. Like sometimes my music might be a little too loud, or I do a lot of shoulder. Hey, how you doing? No. But they're used to Coach David does that. I'm very animated, so I just treat them. It's really about like eye contact. You look at them and I can kind of feel them. So it's really I just kind of go with the flow. If I have a client that's, and I'm getting some younger ones now, like 6 years old, and when they're going off the walls, I used to follow them. And now I sit back, I'll talk to them a couple times. Now I sit back and just let them come back to me because it's time to kind of regroup. I've learned that they just need to settle in, and it's really a trust thing. So after they come in a few times, they start trusting me a little more, and it becomes a little more smoother. But I always say it takes a few sessions to let me see what your child does, so I can kind of adjust. So I come from no therapy, just really fitness, and then I've really grown to, it feeds my soul. I have to admit that.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah. I want to know, for the kids who come in who've never done this before, and maybe the parents are thinking, and they won't do it, what is it that the kids get out of it? What do you see them, because obviously they're doing it for you. Yes. What's their paycheck that they're getting for it?
You know what, and here's an example. I have some clients that come in and maybe they're having a bad day. Mom will give me a look like, ugh, he's really having a bad day. See, we come in, I always thank my clients for coming in. We do a little warm up, like, hey, thanks for coming in, how was your day? Whether they're nonverbal or not, we just continue with the conversation. And but when they leave, and again, I always thank them when they leave. They're always smiling, so they have a different attitude from when they come in to when they leave. So it's a feel good, and they say when you work out you get the endorphin rush. They do also, and I also noticed that when I put heavier weights on, like I have like this push and pull sled that we use, they like that. They smile and it's great input for them.
Yeah.
So really, I just.
So the actual physical activity feels good for them.
Yes.
You say you're not doing therapy, but later on I'm going to tell you all the reasons why what you're doing is exactly good therapy.
Well, good.
Because all that, there's a list for OTs of 7 things that are good, and we call it in therapy heavy work, that is good for kids to use their heavy muscles because it helps them to connect with their body and their brain, and then cognitively things start to come together.
And that's true with everybody. I mean, we do, perfect example, I do what we call farmer's walks or heavy carries. Especially if I have a child that's a little bit, I just go, here, take these. And I put them in their hand and I go, okay, now we're going to walk up and down the gym 3 or 4 times. And it grounds them.
Yes.
So absolutely, I do a lot of kind of old school lifting with some of these guys. I have some really cool heavy medicine balls, real small but compact, and I have them pick it up from the ground. And I'm very good on, I do work form, but you have to kind of give a little bit with some. So I make sure the weight isn't too heavy that'll hurt their back. But I teach them the proper ways to do it. But just to pick the ball up and lift it put it down. And so I make them carry it across the room. I do a lot of overhead carries, stuff like that for the core. And they smile. And you can see, I can tell when I've got them because they feel the input. Same with the weights. You know, if I'm doing like a bench press with them, and they get done with the heavier weight, they sit up there smiling. I hit them, so it was not literally. But, but I can see in their eyes that it's worked well. So I do a lot of old school. We do a lot of medicine ball work. Some of my clients, we do the boxing.
Yeah.
I'm big on just using the bag, so they learn, you know, not to hit other people, because some have, you know, they tend to lash out sometimes. But the bag is just for that. You put the gloves on, and this is what you do, and it feels good. You know, you get them in a rhythm. Some clients or parents don't want that.
Seeing some kids right now.
Yes. And they have a good time hitting them, and they do a great job.
Does you find it works very well in helping kids get their aggression out?
Yes, because I teach. It's a bag. It's not a person. Like I work with typical, and we do striking drills and MMA fighting. And I have a dummy that's actually hanging up in my gym, which is for technical striking. I don't use that with any of my autism because I don't want them to relate that to cold cock and somebody.
Right.
So it's really about fitness, even hitting the bag.
Right.
You know, I don't give them you're not gonna, I don't give them that scenario. It's just, okay, we're gonna do 100 punches, so they're on the bag and they're just, pop, 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 pop.
And where is your gym?
Located in Newbury Park.
Newbury Park, California.
Yep.
And if people are interested in finding you, how do they find you?
The best way to find me is fitnessforautism.com. You can text or call me. Text is probably best because I get back to you.
Okay.
You need that number too, I assume.
Yes, go ahead.
805-827-8278.
Say it again.
805-827-8278.
And is there any kind of I'm sure now you're going to get some people who are going to say, well, that's great, you're in Newbury Park, but I don't live in Newbury Park. Are you at all looking to maybe franchise, or is there a book coming out to explain to people the difference that you're making?
I am looking to do possibly a mobile thing, like on the weekends, because I'm pretty solid, pretty busy during the week at the location. So I'm thinking about on Saturdays, maybe Sundays, I'm not sure, I need a day off.
Right.
Where I actually come out to a location, bring some of my toys per se, and if I can find a local gym, Woodland Hills, that might want to rent the space, I can come in 1 day a week, 2 days a week, I might do that. Currently I'm a one-man show, so I eventually plan on maybe bringing in an assistant to help with some of that.
And I think clearly we see there's something special about you, that you have a connection with people and you have a connection with these kids. I love that you kind of got dragged into it kicking and screaming, that it was not your intention.
I didn't want to say that, but yes, it kind of was that.
But a lot of us got dragged kicking and screaming into this community, and we all found our home too.
That's right.
We don't hold anything against you for saying, no, I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah. Well, it was not intimidating, but I was like, I don't think I'll be able to do it because I don't have any background in therapy.
Right.
But it actually, if I can offer a little bit to the parents and the kids, I'm getting it back tenfold. So to me, it's like, you know what? Some of these kids do like the simplest thing. I tell a parent, and the client, you just made my day. I'm excited. They just look at me, I go, that's really.
But what you do have a background in is cause and effect. If I do this, this will happen. And if I do this over and over and over again, this great thing will happen.
Yes.
That's what you have advanced expertise in. And guess what? That's therapy. That's exactly that's exactly what they do with the kids in therapy. If this happens and you do this, here's the result.
Yes.
And they teach that to them over and over and over again to teach them skills that they want to increase. So you are doing therapy.
Okay, I'll take that.
Tell the parents that are listening why it's important for their kids to be involved in physical exercise.
Well, for anybody, physical activity is great. It regulates. It makes them feel better. Stressful. School is super stressful. So it's I'm busy after school. Kids come in and it's a way to release stress. Feel better about yourself, more confidence. With everybody, it's like that. I feel a little. I've had some parents tell me, my son his confidence level has gone through the roof, which I don't get from my clients. I don't hear it from them, but every once in a while a parent will tell me the confidence level, because you train some typicals, and they're very hard. I hate to use the word just typicals, but the diet part of the fitness. I have some clients. It's hard. with the diet, especially when
Yes.
they have a limited, pepperoni pizza,
Yes.
chicken
Limited things that
nuggets,
they
French
prefer,
fries at 3.
yeah.
Right.
Yes, so it's really hard to get them fit, like looking. Even though I have some kids that really are starting to look good, but the final cutting down in the abs, if you will,
Right.
it's hard to do. It's all about nutrition.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part. But I'll tell you, I have some clients. They're in good shape. They're working hard.
That's
and
awesome.
I think it's great.
We thank you so
yeah,
much
thank
for
you
your
for-
work and the
thank
things
you
that
for
you're
your
doing.
work.
Once again, how can people get a hold? If they want to bring their child to Newbury Park to work with you, how do they get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me is the phone, 805-827-8278.
Okay.
You can jump on the website at fitnessforautism.com.
Okay, and I think there needs to be a book or a manual or a franchise or something, please.
Yeah, well, I take notes of all my clients and my workouts, so it's kind of like a
Okay,
sort of.
Okay.
so yes.
All right. Well, David,
what a
thank you for
wonderful thing.
joining us.